The instant the Stuart's blue sedan was located, EMS Deputy Superintendent Richard Serino and dozens of other emergency workers converged on the scene. The first paramedics to arrive were partners Dan Hickey and Kevin Shea.
I got out of the ambulance, grabbed some equipment, made my way over to the driver's side of the car, which was closest to me. My partner Dan went around to the other side to attend to the woman.
One, two. 102. Stay back. Use the mask, man.
She had a substantial amount of injury to her head and was in cardiac arrest at that time.
We drop this and spin it, please.
Get him on. Put your hands right in your chest. Go ahead.
Stretch it, not in there, Cap.
Yeah, that's all right. Pull it right up. Take care of my wife. Yeah, we got people taking care of her.
He was saying, you know, take care of my wife, how's my wife? And I didn't know how his wife was. I suspected that she was seriously injured and that she was in worse condition than he was.
Other way. See who did this?
Out of the way. Black man.
One guy? Two guys?
He was very conversant and lucid and giving the Boston police officers quite a bit of information about what had transpired. And I was impressed with how much detail and how much recall he had, considering what he had been through.
All right, what do you look like? Blackmail, what do you have on for clothing, do you remember?
Man, the partner there, but he wants to get all over it.
Black one? Any stripes on it? What color? Red? Did he have beard, mustache? You don't remember?
For Chuck, it was the golden hour, but for Carol, it was the golden 10 minutes because she was pregnant. In order for an attempt to save the child, she had to get to a hospital that could deliver the baby in 10 minutes in order to have a chance at the baby's life.
2 people shot. I'm sorry to say it's a fairly common occurrence these days. It's not a very rare situation where someone is injured by gunfire these days, so my only concern is what I have to do at that point to keep him alive to get him to the hospital.
PCH?
Yeah, this one's going to city, the other one went to the Brigham, okay?
This is going to the city?
City, yep.
The woman to the Brigham?
Yep.
Okay, got it.
29-year-old Charles Stuart and his 30-year-old wife Carol were rushed to separate hospitals with separate gunshot wounds. At Brigham and Women's Hospital, where they had attended a childbirth class only minutes before, their baby was delivered by cesarean section 8 weeks prematurely. Charles was taken to Boston City Hospital.
Okay? What hurts? What hurts? Okay. How about numbness or tingling in your legs? No? Okay.
12, 18, 59, 29 years old.
You went to another hospital to take good care
of
That hurt, buddy? Your belly hurt?
It just feels tight.
That hurts when I press?
So he'll go up. She went to another hospital. We can't keep an update because we're taking care of you, okay? All right. Are you putting in a chest tube?
Charles, is there someone you want us to call for you?
In. I want the x-ray.
Charles, is there someone you want us to call for you? No?
Okay, so far we have 2 penetrating gunshot wounds. It looks like an entrance wound here. Second site over here. Patient's hemodynamically stable, complaining of belly tenderness. We're going to get some x-rays of his chest, shoot a quick picture of his kidneys, and then I'll go up to the operating room.
Okay, you can breathe.
Dr. James Feldman assessed Charles Stuart's condition in the emergency room.
He had very severe injuries. He had significant abdominal injuries, which were life-threatening. If there were a delay in either finding him or in any phase of his treatment, then he could have died from these. And hopefully he will not.
If you went to another hospital, so I don't know.
Okay, Mr. Stuart, this is just oxygen, all right? Right. Just want you to breathe normally. You about ready?
Yeah, this blue.
Yeah.
One bullet over here.
So where's that other
Is
bullet?
that the same bullet?
Doesn't make sense. You've got 2 holes in 1 bullet.
Chief of Surgery Irwin Hirsch performed the 6-hour operation.
The bullet had traversed the abdomen diagonal way. So there are a lot of things in the path of that bullet. Liver parts had to be removed, and blood vessels and intestines that were bleeding, and that had to be controlled. And as you do that, you begin to identify other injuries. It was a serious injury, yes. Required expert care, yes. But he should be able to be fully rehabilitated. It may take some time, but down the line, he should be able to do just about everything that he did before.
But Carol Stuart died within hours of being admitted to the hospital. And 17 days later, their baby Christopher would follow. The day after the shooting, the dispatchers were inundated with praise for their extraordinary efforts to locate the Stuarts.
Well, very proud of you guys. It's a pleasure, sir. My pleasure, Governor. I never considered our role as a heroic role. The individual hero in this case was Mr. Stuart. The gut and the grizzle and the savvy this man had, just the will to live, to keep on going, is incredible.
I'm not a hero. I try to do what I'm paid to do. There is emotion involved, and I certainly empathize with the person. I hope, I wish him the best. I would like to say I'm sorry to him for what he suffered.
Hundreds of mourners attended Carol Stuart's funeral, including Charles's brothers Matthew and Michael and many dignitaries. But Charles himself was still recuperating in the hospital.
Following is a message from Chuck to his wife, Carol. Good night, sweet wife, my love. God has called you to his hands, not to take you away from me, all the happiness and gladness you brought, but to bring you away from the cruelty and violence that fills this world. In our souls, we must forgive this sinner, because he would too. Now you sleep away from me, I will never again know the feeling of your hand in mine, but I will always feel you, I miss you, and I love you. Your husband, Chuck.